They did it. Do you see this shirt?
I know. I can't believe you're wearing that in
North
my house.
Side Territory. The Cubs did it. It's a great show, by the way. You should check it out, or the merch. Alex Bregman is a Chicago Cub. How shocked were you? And you were in Chicago on the scene. We almost went live to Pierzynski on the scene in Chicago.
In Soldier Field and in the snow?
Yeah. Live to AJ.
Watching those Packers lose and then crying about it. Poor guys. This didn't really come out in the stadium until the game was kind of over-ish. And so then people, as I was walking out, because if you've never been to Soldier Field, you got to walk out like 2 miles to get anywhere. Because we didn't park, we didn't drive a car. I had a car service, so you have to walk like forever to get out. And that people were kind of clamoring about it as we were walking. Then I was checking my phone, and I was like, oh, wow, this is pretty awesome. But, the Bulls won, the Blackhawks won, the Bears won, and the Cubs signed Alex Bregman in like a 25-minute span. So it was a pretty cool moment to be in the city of Chicago. And people were very excited. Listen, I love this signing. It's a lot, 5/175. What do you do with Matt Shaw now? Do you trade him? Do you make him a super utility guy? What do you do there?
You're going to trade Matt Shaw? He's so young.
Okay. Do you trade Nico Hoerner then?
I wouldn't. There's a great article by Northside Territory host Sahadev Sharma in The Athletic about why they should just roll with it.
I agree. Listen, I think this is finally a move. They act like a big market team. So I love this move for the Cubs, and that's hard for me to say, as everyone knows. He brings leadership. He brings defense at third. He'll hit you some homers. And from everything you've talked to, you hear from people, is he makes every player better. Makes younger players better, veterans player, because of his preparation and the way he teaches people what he looks for. So this is a great move for them. And congratulations, Cubs fans. Cubs actually are acting like they're the Cubs.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a move that they did that. And to me, I think with the moves they've made, strengthen the bullpen, adding rotation, and now you add Bregman, they've got to be the favorites in the Central.
Really?
People say the Brewers, the Brewers. But
yeah.
This move, the moves they made with Hunter Harvey and some of the other bullpen moves they made, and then strengthening some positions like bench-wise, I think they're probably the favorite right now. I know Kratz is going to say no, and everyone else is going to say, but the Brewers find a way to do it every year. But, I mean, this move really helps a lot.
It does.
Especially if the Brewers trade Freddie P. Then I'm like, oh,
that's what I wanted to ask Kratz. Kratz, do you think that the Cubs are the front runners in the division now? And if the Brewers trade Freddie Peralta, does that change your mind?
Oh, the Brewers trade Freddie P? Yes, for sure. Because everybody else, you're just trying to fill in that rotation. Nobody's going to fill in for what Freddie gave them last year. Are the Brewers an 87-win team this year like they're predicted? I don't know. Like, obviously, we're not supposed to bet against the Brewers because they just keep showing the naysayers wrong. But the Cubs, to me, they're not quite back offensively to the point where what they had from Tucker last year, even though he faded in the end. Bregman's not going to give them all of that. But, is this an upgrade? It'll be an upgrade based on how they deploy the rest of their roster. Their roster, their position player roster is, to me, it's really good. Is it better than last year? And last year's offense was clicking, was holding them together, and then they went through some ups and downs. So I think, are they the favorite? I would kind of lean towards yes. But I'm not 100% convinced yet, just because, 7 straight years the Brewers have done, have won more games than everybody thinks they're going to win. My thing is, does it make them? The question is, are they better? Do you get another year of like Matt Shaw offensively? Yes, Bregman's an upgrade over him. But like in the second half, you talk about what they didn't do in the second half. PCA All-Star. He started cratering a little bit before the All-Star game. Seiya Suzuki should have been an All-Star. Cratered in the second half. As far as like number stats-wise. Kyle Tucker was obviously going through injuries that have been well documented. So does signing Bregman somehow help the whole team from not cratering in the second half? I don't know. But if you're looking at because they make teams right now in the offseason, they make them based on projections, based on your WAR, what kind of defensive value you're going to get and everything. And Bregman is not an upgrade over Tucker. Is he an upgrade to this team without Tucker? Obviously. He's an upgrade just hand in hand to Matt Shaw. Yeah, people are going to argue Shaw's WAR was pretty close to the same. He had good defense. I get it. But to me, this is a good job by Jed Hoyer looking ahead and saying Nico Hoerner is going to be a free agent. We signed him to a nice little 3-year, $35 million deal to get this one extra year of free agency, and next year he'll be a free agent. Does that mean Shaw moves to second? Does that mean Bregman moves to second? Shaw comes back to third? To me, if I'm them, I don't trade any of those guys. It is a good thing to have a lot of depth. It's going to suck for somebody to not get the full 150 at-bats that, you're probably going to lose. But then next year, they slot in and they play, you have your second and third baseman for the future.
Also, injuries happen. I mean, Bregman played, 114 this past season? Depth matters. And yes, it might suck for a year. If everybody just happens to be super healthy and wants to play every day, somebody's going to be pissed off. But let that be the worst problem, because the Cubs should be a more successful ball club. I just don't see a world where the Cubs are going to get better by trading Nico Hoerner. If they're going to trade him, they're likely getting minor league prospects back. Is that really what you want to do at this point? If we're playing the numbers game, right, in baseball, and you're looking at the WAR statistic, I mean, I believe Nico Hoerner was at or above Bregman. He was definitely above him on Baseball Reference this past season. He was 6.2 on BWAR, fourth among NL position players. I'm bringing this up because a version of this is what many front offices look at. So I'm like, if you add Bregman, you freaking keep Nico Hoerner and also have a super tight defense.
Yeah.
Look at that defense now.
They're all about run saved.
Yeah.
Defensive run saved. Yeah.
That infield's tight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't even think you entertain it. Nico's making $12 million this coming season. All good.
Not
operate like a big market ball club, have a good time, and enjoy a guy who is looked at as one of the team leaders.
Yes.
Craig Counsell spoke about him at the winter meetings. This was in Sadev Sharma's article, and he said, Nico's great at some things I think other people think they're good at, and they're not good at it. I'm not talking about just players. I'm talking about people. He's talking about reps and completing it perfectly and all of that, right? And he's saying some guys think they're good and they're not that good at all of the prep.
By the way, as much as we're hyping the Cubs at this, what about the Red Sox?
We're going to get to the Red Sox. We have Pap joining us soon, too.
I mean, the Red Sox, he was a huge piece of their team last year. What do they do? I mean, I know they went out and got Sonny Gray, and I know they went out and got Wilson Contreras, but they have a hole at third base and second base, right? Because they were I think most Red Sox fans were like, we'll keep Bregman, we'll bring Bregman back, and then we'll figure out second base. So does this bring Bo Bichette into the Red Sox land of opportunity?
Yeah, he's going to cost more, and there's other teams involved. My thing is, if you really wanted Bregman, you couldn't just figure this shit out.
I love Chris Cotillo's text too, or tweet, by the way.
What?
So they traded Devers for a 1 year of Alex Bregman,
and
now they don't have either one.
Correct.
And now they're searching for a third baseman again.
How'd that opt-out go? Here's the thing.
But I honestly believe that every Red Sox fan, we'll ask Pap when he comes on, thought that this was a done deal. Like he's coming back. He's going to come back. Why would anybody ever walk away from the high and mighty Red Sox? Why would anybody ever leave the Red Sox? Especially when we made the playoffs. Him and AC are tight, Alex Cora. And now all of a sudden, here he is, boom, on the Cubs.
5 years, $175 million, $70 million in deferrals for Bregman. And what it seems like, and this was first, I think, reported from Sean McAdam, is that the Red Sox would not go past 5 years, $165 million. That was their final offer, with significant deferrals that were going to be paid out later than the Cubs deal.
Okay.
So it actually, then that present value gets even more distant.
The Red Sox made an offer early in the offseason. Whatever that was, let's say 150. I don't know. These are not the real numbers, okay? I don't know the real numbers.
Okay.
They made an offer to Alex Bregman early in the offseason and said, here it is. And his camp kept going back saying, that's not our market. Our market's higher than that. And it made Alex a little bit mad, and they would not move. So then the Red Sox were like, okay, well, take it or leave it. And they will not budge. Then Bregman's camp with Boris goes back to him and says, hey, we have a higher offer, and we're going to probably take it. And the Red Sox were like, we don't believe you. If you can do it, do it. And then they said, okay, well, we're going to sign. We're not telling you the number. We're going to sign with a different team. And that's when the Red Sox went to this 165. But Bregman was already one mad, and two had a higher offer. And the longer, the more they tried to stretch it out, the longer and farther down the road the deferrals got. So Bregman's like, I'm getting more money in a shorter amount of time. I'm going to the Cubs.
What does he owe the Red Sox?
Nothing. That's what I'm saying. But the Red Sox literally would not move and would not budge and really wouldn't negotiate until it was almost, well, it wasn't almost too late. It was too late. And now they're like, we messed that one up. And now obviously Red Sox fans are flipping out about it.
Yeah. And Cubs fans should be thrilled.
Yes.
They went through this last year, Kratz. Last year, the Cubs were trying to play ball for Bregman and very interested in him and didn't land him. So did the Tigers.
And the Tigers, from what I heard, did this to Bregman last year. The same thing the Red Sox did this year. They said, here's an offer, take it or leave it. We don't know what your market is.
6,171.5, by the way, was the number last year.
Okay. Well, they wouldn't move, though, again.
That was the highest they'd go.
They wouldn't move.
Yeah.
And so Bregman's like, well, I can opt out or get this opt-out deal with the Red Sox. And then he got his 5,175. So he got almost 200.
Yeah.
You count
15.
the 1 year in Boston?
More. Yeah, 200 plus. And deferrals make it a little murky, but he got way more.
Whatever.
He got more.
Yes.
Yeah. It's sometimes difficult to do the present day value on the fly like that when you're doing comps from past years. But regardless, yeah, he did better. He got what he wanted. Deal done. And actually, when you look at it, it's not crazy, right? 5,175, and there's deferrals there, so we'll figure out what the exact number is.
When we get to Bellinger later in the show, I want to talk about some stuff too there.
Okay.
How this one could affect the other, and how this just because we had a whole thing on this on Friday. Kratz, you weren't on, but I went on a little bit about Bellinger and what his market might look like, and I've talked to some people, and it's been clarified a little bit for me. So we'll see how Bregman affects Bellinger.
Okay.
We'll talk about it.
But for Bregman, no trade clause, no opt-outs. This is it.
Good. Yeah, that's it. 175 million, Alex. This is it, baby.
I mean, the no trade clause, the Red Sox didn't want to do it. The Red Sox didn't want to put the no trade clause in. Company policy.